So today is my 44th birthday, and what better day to start a YouTube channel than on your birthday? There's something about being younger that you think you have infinite amounts of time, and every birthday, for me at least, is a reminder that you really don't. And while I've wanted to start sharing more about my story, about my journey, about the things I've learned in life along the way for some time now, I really haven't done any of that. So while I don't necessarily feel ready or have a plan, I'm just gonna do it anyways. Just like one of the best books I've ever read, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. So here you go. Here's Morgan. Um, I mean, life is a journey. We're all on it. And I feel like it's the stories that we share and the vulnerable conversations that we have that I feel the most connected to other people, to our humanity. It's okay. Why are you whining? Shh. Good girl. Good girl. And I feel like sharing mine. Um, yeah, I don't have a script. It should be pretty clear by now that I don't have a script, but I've been reflecting a lot on life as I'm in this transitional period of the summer to autumn season of my life. I'm grateful to have made it this far, and at the same time, I feel like I'm just getting started. So it's been an interesting place to be where I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of beliefs that come up about it's too late, um, why bother. All of these are rooted in my, not feeling good enough belief system that I adopted through years of living in inauthentic places and being inauthentic myself. And as part of being, or at least trying to be who I am, I want to share more publicly. It's terrifying because, I've always been afraid to be seen, and maybe part of that is I'm afraid to see myself. But I feel like this is helpful for me when I connect with others who can relate to the similar circumstances I've been through. And I don't know, I'm just gonna share what I feel called to share as often as I can, and hopefully I stick with it. I've not really been good at that when life starts lifing, as they say, or work takes over and I prioritize that instead of my own needs, which is the story of my life. So hopefully this is something that I can stick with. And I'm not really the type of person that is the planner, and has this agenda and to-do list that I commit to and follow through on every day. I very much am kind of a free flower from the heart type of person where if it feels right, I'll do it. But I also understand that I need a little bit more structure. So maybe I'll be able to do this. But I guess what I really wanted to share is that, in my reflections, it's never too late. It's never too late to get started. If I kept waiting till my 45th birthday, my 50th birthday, my 60th birthday, hopefully that I make it that far, my regret would be even more. It would be deeper. And so I've started writing more. I want to share some of that, and this I can feel like is a place for me to share more openly, get comfortable speaking, and share some of the wisdom that I've learned through the lessons of life. And the most important lessons I've learned have come exactly from life itself, through divorce, through death, through change, through moving, through detachment from identity. I'm exploring a lot of that lately, really noticing what I'm still attached to, who I thought I was, the masks I used to wear, and seeing how they've played roles in my life and shaped who I thought I was. And I look back and just like the famous quote from Carl Jung, like I feel like my life really did begin at 40. Do I wish I had you know, my younger years back? Yes, in many ways I do. I'm starting to feel like the aches and pains um, of my body, and part of that is from, not exercising, sitting in front of a computer all day, all these habits I've formed over the years that aren't necessarily the most healthy ones, and I really do want to try and break those. So I'm making a recommitment to myself to work on that. And one of the things that I think is very interesting, having done a lot of like intellectual studying of trauma and our brains and bodies and how we form these thoughts and ideas and the choices that we make, having a lot of awareness about myself and thinking that I was way further along than I actually was on my healing journey a couple of years ago was not the case. I got sober, and in the last couple of years, I've gone through some of the darkest places of my life. Really deep depression, really a lot of self-loathing, and just really dark places that I don't really want to visit or see again, but I also know that they are the places that show me the light and the beauty in life as well. But it was after I let go of the substances and the alcohol, and I left my first marriage, then I was on my own, that I could really, really start to see how I had been moved to prioritize other people's needs and not my own. And even today, I experience a lot of sadness for the abandonment of myself, and noticing that it's not that easy to just feel great about yourself. Change is hard, but it's worth it. And I'm on that road to change. What are you eating? And I just thought to create a platform to share more of that. I've leaned into sugar and coffee. I have really poor eating habits. I've let myself go. And I'm not happy with where I am in certain places in my life. But I want to recommit to changing those as well, because I have this vision of life, and then there's like a barrier between where I feel I am now and where I want to be, even though it's just different choices and more healing and, honoring myself instead of doing what I've always done and forgetting myself and abandoning myself and just, not thinking I'm important, because I am. And I just want to talk about all of it. So this is a really messy, disorganized video. And that's kind of how I like it, because as a marketer, that part of me says you should have a script and you should do the hook and you should do all the fancy things that you see on social media today. But then as a human, I'm like, none of that feels natural, and I don't want to do that. And even though this feels really uncomfortable because I'm essentially talking to myself to a screen, I'm hoping that this will resonate with some of you, or maybe you've had similar experiences that you can relate to, this like loss of identity, detachment, just really trying to find yourself. I thought I knew who I was, but I also identified as all the labels I wore, whether that is creative director, graphic designer, alcoholic, whatever it may be. I saw that as me, and it's not. So this is part of me rediscovering who I actually am. And what I know for sure today is I love to write. I love to have honest, vulnerable conversations. I have picked up reading again, and it's not the deep dive into trauma studies that I typically read. It's actually more fiction and adventure, and that has been really fun. I'm taking piano lessons, and these are just things that I've always wanted to do. So it's kind of fun to just rediscover what I actually enjoy, what feels really good to me and to my inner child. Lots more play in my life, and I think through those little commitments to myself, my self-worth will grow, and I will slowly continue to become the person I was always meant to be. So welcome to the messy middle of my life, where it's really just like the undoing of everything that I've learned along the way and trying to follow my heart. Just let it lead me where I need to be. It has done a great job so far. I've experienced some really big changes, and there's lots of things that I've done that I'm not proud of. There's also lots of things that I've accomplished that I am proud of, and I look forward to talking about all of it here. Life is really, really beautiful, and I'm grateful to be alive, and I think I just really want to be alive in it, instead of just existing as this body in the world. So as part of my reflections, I've been thinking a lot about what I love to do, not as a job, but like where's the passion? And a lot of it is the work that my husband and I do in prisons, but we really want to bring that out to the world. And I think it starts by sharing our stories. I think every single one of us has a story to tell. And when we share that, when we're honest and open enough and brave enough to do that, then oftentimes it may just help somebody else. I've been told that in the past with things that I've written, and hopefully this will be a vehicle for that as well. But if nothing else, I'd love to just connect with people, and grow a community of like minds and people who've been through similar situations, similar experiences in the form of rebuilding your life from the bottom up. Throwing away everything you thought life was about, everything that you were taught, and everything you knew about yourself, or your false self, I should say, because those masks that we wear, the identities that we form, there's a lot of times we mistake those for who we really are. But when something doesn't feel right, or you're addicted to numb out the world or the feelings, or you're avoiding something, that's not necessarily true to who you are as a human being. And so I love to talk about it, as you can see. So I would just love to know more if you want to hear more. And just what you think. I've never really done this, so I just wanted to maybe come on here and introduce myself and explore a little bit of where I'm at in this midlife, and just see where it goes. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully you will too.